Hey guys, it's Hey. So I am back today and I am going to be doing a video for my signature fro. So this is my fro that I wear all the time. It's one that people always say, like, how do you get your curls to last so long? And the reason my curls last long is because I usually put a rod at the end. So I noticed maybe a year or two back where I would just do a regular twist out and I would be like, gosh, like the ends aren't staying as curled as much as I would like it to. So then I finally figured out, I was like, I can put a rod on the end and that can really help with keeping my ends more curly and stuff. So I am going to explain a few things first. So last night last night I put on an overnight moisturizer, and so my hair is wet right now. I kind of had my towel sitting on a little bit longer than I anticipated, so I had to spray my hair to get it wet some more. But I put an overnight moisturizer in because I haven't washed my hair in a while. So I put that in, and this morning I finally washed it out. So I washed out that overnight moisturizer just to kind of give me some more moisture, and then I shampooed it and I used a deep conditioner, and then after that I put my microfiber towel on, towel turban. Put this towel on, and I kind of let my hair dry a little bit more than I anticipated. I should have actually just went ahead and done it. So I sprayed by using my bottle right here, and these can also be found at Sally's. I forgot exactly what these are called. I know it's like the 360 water bottle, spray bottle, something like that, but it's really helpful just because you don't have to keep spraying your hair over and over again. Today I'm going to be using the Camielle Rose Twisting Butter for this twist out. And I've used this before, but I just decided that I want to do something a little bit different. So I said, okay, well, I'll go ahead and I'll try and use this again. So we are going to go ahead and get started. And of course, you can part your hair, however you prefer. I prefer a side part, actually. My hair has gotten a little bit more dry than what I wanted it to. So that's why I am applying a little bit more of the water. So how do y'all feel about this quarantine? I mean, because I have nothing but time right now. So that's why I'm trying to, put out a little bit more content for you guys. All right, so make sure that all of the piece that you're going to be working with, make sure all of it is detangled. All right, so now that my hair is wet, well, not wet, I don't like my hair to be soaking wet simply because I feel like it takes forever for it to dry, and my hair is thick. And because it's thick, it takes even more longer for it to dry. So all right. So I have that product in my hand. My hair isn't soaking wet, but it's wet enough. I'm just rubbing that product in. Get a little bit more. Make sure I put it on the ends. And this product is very moisturizing. If you need to basically separate your hair more, then of course do what accommodates you. So now I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to twist. All right, so I'm just twisting, and I'm gonna basically twist like midway. So I'm gonna get to right here. So I didn't go all the way down with the twist. I just went a little bit. So I stopped twisting right there. All right, can you guys see that? All right, so now that I stopped twisting, I'm gonna get my rod, my perm rod, and I am going to make sure that I'm curling it all the way down to the very end, and then I'm just gonna twist up like that, and then clip it on. All right, so that's how we do the first one. All right, and all of this right here at the front, I'm just gonna get all that, and I'm gonna get it out my way. So I'm just going to get a scrunchie. And I don't use like the scrunchie with the metals on it either. I actually use, I don't know if you can see that. All right, so I actually use these little things right here, and you can find these at Target. They don't have the metal on them. They're just kind of knotted. And I'll show you too when I make a nighttime routine how I put my hair in my little ponytails to go to sleep. All right, so we're just gonna spray a little bit more. I'm gonna get my detangling brush. All right, and I am going to go in again. Again, when it comes down to stuff like this, your parts don't have to be even. Just because when you're picking out your fro, you don't want, you know, everything to just be evenly separated. You want to go in and be able to so like I'm just randomly doing this. I don't even know how it looks in the back. It could be, you know, a crooked part or however, but of course if symmetry is important to you, then you go ahead, because your hair is going to be all flipped out anyway. All right, so again, I wet it a little bit. Remember, not soaking wet. Get a little bit of product. And of course, you can use product to your discretion. If you feel like your hair is thin, then you don't necessarily have to put so much. But of course, if your hair is thick, then you may need to use a little bit more product than average. So I'm twisting. All right, and I'm gonna stop right there from my twist. I don't know if you can see. Stop right there from my twist. And I'm gonna get a perm rod. Gonna get that perm rod. And make sure that it's all the way down to the very end. And I'm going to twist up. Alright, so there is that one. I'm gonna go ahead and get a little bit of this over here and put a scrunchie on it just so it's not in the way as well. Alright, so with this side, I'm gonna do 2 more sections. So I'm gonna part that. Of course, if you want, I do a few more sections with this style just because I want it to last a little bit longer. So of course, the more twists you do, then the more definition you're gonna have with it. But and of course your volume will come, you know, in a couple of days. I mean, your volume will still be there the next day, but of course as the days go by your hair gets bigger and bigger, and I love big hair. So but if you don't want as much definition, you just want to go ahead and have your volume, then you can not use as many twists. You can use less twists, and you can make your sections bigger, basically. All right, so right here, basically twist it. I twisted a little bit more than half, and then I get my rod. I put it right here down at the end, and I go in and I roll and twist up. But yeah, so you can, if you want more volume, like on the first day, and less definition, then of course you can go ahead and do fewer twists, and then it'll be, you know, more full the next day. And I like this twisting butter a lot, simply because it has a lot of slip as well, and it's very moisturizing. All right, so I'm twisting that, and remember, I am going to go a little bit more than half, and then I want to stop and do my rod on the end. All right, this is the finished product. So I'll also add the directions how I did in my last video, as far as like the steps that I took. But again, I just basically did a twist out with rods on the end on my freshly washed hair, and then I divided it into different sections. It didn't have to be sections that were even necessarily, but if that's what you prefer, then that's fine. And so I twisted the hair a little bit more than half, and then after that I stopped twisting and I put the rod on the end. So I decided to use the white ones in the front just because the top of my hair is longer and it's also thicker. So I decided to go just a little bit bigger than these gray ones right here in the front. So of course you can do it with whatever rods that you think are more suitable for your hair, and the thickness and the length and everything like that. So I will show you guys how this looks once it gets finished drying, and I'll show you the finishing product and how I pick it out and how I take it down. Okay guys, we're back. So I finished my makeup, and now I'm going to go ahead and take down the rods on the end, and I'll show you how I separate and how I fluff and how I use my pick. So we're first going to start off with some jojoba oil as well, and I will list that at the bottom. And I'm also going to put some of the Camielle moisturizing scalp treatment just on my scalp. My scalp has a tendency to get dry sometimes, so I'm just going to put that in a little bit in certain places and just kind of massage that into my scalp. And then we are going to go ahead and get started with this takedown. All right, so typically you don't have to take them down in any kind of order. I just take them down from front to back. It really just depends, honestly. I just take all of the rods out first. And then after I take the rods out, that's when I finally fluff. And so my hair should be completely dry by now because they have been in here for a really long time. Just overnight, but I didn't have anywhere to go, so I've kind of just been waiting to make sure that everything is completely dry. So I am undoing the twist. And so at the bottom, I just unwind it basically. And then at the bottom, I just unwind it. And then I just separate. All right, so I'm just separating. So I'm unwinding the twist and I'm just separating. Now that those are finished, I am going to gonna part this off like this. Gonna get my pick and I am going to pick through. I'm kind of grabbing sections. And you're just kind of like raking through. Now, of course, if you want more definition, then you won't rake through as much probably as I'm doing. But if you want that volume, then you can rake through. So after I rake through that, I'm gonna actually get this and use one of my knotless scrunchies and just let that sit. I'm gonna go in up here a little. I'm gonna pick through that. I usually like to use a bigger pick. Nothing that's gonna be too little, again, because my hair is thick. And so I want to make sure that a little I forgot one actually. And I want to make sure that a little pick isn't going to get caught in on anything. Does anybody have like a favorite side? I think this is always my favorite side. And you can just kind of see how up here you have all of that definition, but it's a little frizzy right here, but that is perfectly okay with me. So now I'm gonna get these pieces, use one of my knotless scrunchies, put that on, and now I'm gonna take down the front. So this just kind of helps with separating piece by piece. Well, first off, the knotless scrunchies, they help because they like put it in like the sections. It just kind of gives it a chance to excuse me, it kind of gives it a chance to just kind of stretch out a little bit more as I go along and I pick through. And then I do it section by section simply because once I take everything down, I don't want my hair to just be all over the place. I'm trying to like pick through, so it's easier to go section by section when it comes down to that. Unraveling, unwinding. And then of course, as the days go on, you know, your hair get bigger and bigger. All right, so now we are gonna pick through up here at the front. And this is my favorite part to pick through, simply because I want this part to be super big, because this is where my side is going to sit. Alright, now I'm going to go back in on this side. I'm going to take that scrunchie down. I'm going to go back in and pick. I'm going to pick again. Pick it out good, so that it's picked out enough to get that fullness the way that you want it, the way that you like it. I use my hands too. Alright, so I'm just kind of using my hands, just kind of like stretching it a little bit more, honestly. But I am loving the way that this is turning out. Alright, now so you can stretch it and pull it out to your liking. It's completely up to you. Now I'm going to go in, take this side down, just kind of stretch it out some more. Alright, so you can use your hand, you don't have to use your hand. I typically get my pick and I just go at the roots with my pick. So I go at the roots with it, and then I kind of get the rest and just use my hands. But I am loving this definition and this volume. I like my hair on my face too, especially once I have my side part. We're just kind of going through and picking these out again. Alright. I'm gonna go in again on this side. Pick out a little bit more. Alright guys, this is my signature fro, and I've showed you all how I unraveled it, how I undid the twist, how I had the rods on it. This is it. I love it, and I love that it's so full of volume still. I love that I still have the definition that I'm always wanting, but still volume. Volume is very important to me. I think I've mentioned that in my first video, but I love volume. I'm a volume girl over definition any day, just because I love big hair. I am going to film a nighttime routine. I have a lot of people that have been asking me questions about that. And reason being is because you want to know now, how am I supposed to take care of this? Like, what's going to happen at night for me to be able to have this same hairstyle tomorrow, how to preserve my curls. So I will be doing one of those videos shortly. And you guys be on the lookout for it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. Again, y'all, it's Hey Hey. Thanks so much for watching.